let's get into my budget from this past week. We're going to see how I did with spending and, more importantly, not spending. And then we'll get my cash envelopes set up with my limits for this week coming up. Now, last week I had some mega spending to share with you guys, and it's just what was going on around here, but we got through it. We did get Jason's mom's room set up for her. Her new couch and her lift chair is ready for her, and she absolutely loves it. She told us that she took a nap on her couch. She has her desk set up. Jason put that together for her with her new computer that she's been playing all of her favorite games on, and we are just so excited for her to be in her new apartment. All of that spending was worth every single penny. So as usual, I want to go ahead and start with showing you what I did spend this week. And as you can see, we had Publix for groceries. We've got DoorDash here for Emma, my daughter. We had Amazon with some toiletries here and some other items here. We've got eBay with a battery, and then Sam's Club at the bottom for $266. So as you can see, we put the little check mark here for everything that's budgeted, and everything was budgeted this week except for that big Sam's haul. I didn't necessarily have that in the budget. So I'm going to take all of these items and I'm going to write them down in my budget binder so that I have this long term to look back on. So when we get into my cash envelopes, I will talk a little more about what this spending was more specifically. But down here at the bottom, I always say this is my favorite part of these spending trackers, and that is the things that I can or maybe should change moving forward. And I have decided to get my Sam's Club tracker back out as a sinking fund. I had this before and I took it away when I was rebuilding my 6-month emergency fund. And the other thing that I am noticing is I really need to beef up my household envelope. So we will do all of these together when we get to that part of the video. So let's go ahead and mark off my no spend tracker in the front of the binder. And I did have one spend day, which was the 14th, the Sam's Club. So what we're going to do, we're going to mark off the 14th with the red for the spend day, and we're going to mark off the rest with the green for the no spend. And that totals 10 no spend days. So we're going to go ahead and add $10 to the envelope, and we're up to 13. And while we're in here, we're going to move over to the monthly goals, and we're going to add the $15 here for the second week in June. Got the 15. So now we're up to 25. And then we're going to go to the 26-week challenge. We're just going to go to the next icon and mark off the 2 and add the 2 in there. So that's now up to 3. And we are done with this binder. I really do love this new setup. I feel like this is a perfect setup for someone who wants to have some accountability on their daily spending, have somewhere to write down tasks that they need to complete, and then have a couple little savings challenges to watch some savings progress. It is a great little starter set. Okay, so let's go back to the budget binder. We're going to put our spending tracker back. And while we're in here, we're going to mark off the no spend days for the annual calendar. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this. I actually like doing it, and all of this, it has just become such a habit for me that it is actually all slightly therapeutic for me as well. And I did share with you guys last week that I have been feeling pretty right? And I still kind of do, I still kind of don't. I really don't know what this is. I'm not like sad or anything, but I'm not super motivated either. It's pretty weird, but these things happen and I will get through it. But I want to thank all of you guys for your yellow hearts that you flooded the comment section with last week. So amazing, and it definitely did lift my mood. It is so nice to hear your stories on how you found the channel, what you guys are up to. Like Miss Tammy Miller, she says, I have been watching for a while, admittedly without leaving a comment or a like, usually because I am just listening while working. You have been very helpful to me while I've created my own budget, and I've gotten a lot of ideas from your videos. I'm just your everyday listener, and I appreciate your videos. Tammy, I appreciate you as well. Thank you for commenting on last week's video. And then we have Kathy Mater 772. She says, I love seeing how you handle the things that happen like a real person would. I wish someone had taught me about budgeting way back in my teens and 20s, not my late 50s. Reality says we won't be out of debt this year, but I am planning on it next year. I have all faith in you, Kathy. If you're here and you're watching and you are working on it, you will definitely get out of debt. I'm very happy for you. Next year sounds very close, doesn't it? And then next up, we have Miss Glenda Wheeler. She says, finding your channel made a huge difference in my finances. Thank you. And I think that's awesome. I'm so glad that the channel and that I was able to help Miss Glenda with her finances. And then we have Stacy Blocker. She says, life was lifing the last 3 months and the budget was pushed aside. With no work this summer, I'm a little nervous to restart, but everything I've taken from this channel leaves me feeling that it's very doable. Yellow hearts all day long. And it is doable. It absolutely is, Stacy. I know that it might seem sometimes, like you said, life's lifing and no work. It can just get really overwhelming, but you definitely can do it no matter what is going on in your life. And last but not least, we have Melissa Galindo 9997. She says, thank you, Jen, for everything you do. You motivate me to keep saving and not give up on being debt free. And that is literally exactly what all of this is about. I want to motivate you to do those exact things. Just keep saving and not giving up on being debt free. She said it in one sentence, and I love her comment. I absolutely love you guys, and I know I say this all the time, but I really do read every single comment. I look at the name that's next to it. I love getting to know you all and following you the same way that you follow me. So keep those comments coming. I know that others are getting into that comment section too, and they can read about how others are doing the same thing. We're all trying to save that money and not spend, because we know spending is easier than ever now, right? And that comment section helps us to see that we are not the only one that's trying to do better. Other people are trying to do it too. So maybe today you can comment where you are in your journey. What step are you on? Are you working on the emergency fund? And if you are, I have a video I'm working on for you, by the way. So keep an eye out for that. If you're paying off your debt, how far are you? Or maybe you've just been watching and listening, like Ashley Davis. She says, longtime watcher, finally starting to take some action in my own financial journey. Thanks for sharing what you know and learn. I've got a plan formulating, and it will be a little bit of a road, but I know it will be worth it in the end. And it definitely will, Ashley. trust me, it can be a long road. It might take you a couple years, who knows, but it is all worth it in the end. So maybe you're like Ashley and you've just been watching and listening for a while and you're just getting ready to begin. Share it with us. Put your current plan out into the world. Okay, so let's get into these cash envelopes. And you guys might notice that a lot of times I will have these little spent cards in here and I move money around from what I used with my debit card. But not this week. I actually did use the cash, not the debit card. So the amounts that are in the envelopes are what they are, and we're just going to be adding to them today. As always, I've got my cash planning sheet over here to the side that I'm going to be looking at as we go. This is after my budget is completed for the week. These are the amounts that I have available to put into each envelope. And let's start with Uhtred. He is getting 50. So he is up to 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 5, 6, and 7. 177. He does have his Apoquel coming up. He needs his annual exam and he also needs his nails cut. So that money is already spent. Next up is wedding. This is my daughter's wedding for next year. Again, we're going to skip this for a little while until we get caught up. Two Sister Bees is going to be getting $40 and is now up to 50, 70, 90, 95, 96, 7, and 8. $98. This money basically just goes to like Amazon mostly. It's anything that I need for the Etsy shop or shipping for things for you guys, anything like that. Next up is the health envelope. And this one is getting 25. And I mentioned in my last video where one of my things that I stopped spending on was like these supplement subscriptions I had going. Oh my God, you guys, I decided to do this mega clean out yesterday and I started over here with my kitchen cabinets. I could not believe how much protein powder, detox tea, energy drink sticks that were expired. They were behind things and like hidden in the back. I was so mad at myself as I looked at dates and was just throwing these things in the trash. I just kept seeing like dollar signs above my head as I threw things away. I was like, there goes $40, there goes $90, there goes 30. What a waste. So yeah, no more subscriptions on any of that. I will only buy what I am using and running out of. God, yes, mistakes were definitely made. So I have 66 in this envelope. And if you maybe follow along that closely, you know that this had actually a lot more in it last week. And that is because right here, this DoorDash for Emma for $49, I used some from the health envelope because she was really sick and she called me on her way home from work telling me that she was going to stop and grab some medication from CVS and then some food because she was really hungry. And if you're a mom, you already know, I just told her, just go home and get some rest, go lay down, and mom will have those things sent to you. So I did. I DoorDashed her some food and some medicine from CVS. So that's what that money went towards. Next up, we have toiletries. And again, we had two Amazon purchases, 16 and 25. Both of those came out of this envelope this past week. But after I did my budget and I checked it, it still has plenty in here. So I'm actually going to be skipping toiletries this week. And we're going to move on to household. Now, I said earlier, I need to start beefing this one up a little more than normal. As you can see, it is empty, and that's because of the battery for the blower that Jason needed. And I actually mentioned this on my last savings challenge video, and I think a lot of you haven't seen that video yet. So I'm going to have it at the end of this video so you can click it and check that out. The Savings Challenge videos are still being put up. They're just not set to public view. So if you are a Savings Challenge fan, you're going to need the link to watch it. I'm going to have the link in the pinned comment for you too. So definitely check it out because those are fun videos. So anyway, I ended up not only emptying out the household envelope for the blower battery, but I also emptied out, because it is for home repairs and maintenance, my Treat Yourself Savings Challenge. The poor envelope only has $2 left in it. So this week I'm going to be adding 100. I've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 going into household. So now it's not empty anymore. And next up is groceries. Let's see what I have in here. I have $6. So yeah, we did good with the regular grocery shopping, but we went to Sam's and spent more than normal. But let's go ahead and add 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, my 150 budget. So now I have 156 for groceries this week. And my June tracker, I am going to go ahead and complete all 3 of these top rows. We're going to mark those off. And those total 20, 40, 60, 1, 2, and 3, $63. And the same way that this tracker keeps me on my toes and makes sure that I'm adding to it and I'm not forgetting about saving up this extra amount for the principal on my house, we're going to be adding this one next because it's going to be doing the same thing for me. And the June tracker now has 20, 40, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and we are skipping takeout for a while. So we're going to go ahead and add to the sinking funds binder. And this is where, as I said, I'm going to be adding the Sam's Club. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make each one of these worth $20. And if I can get this completed each month, that will be $360. And that sounds about right for Sam's Club. So we're going to make each one worth 20. And I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of them. I'm going to be adding 40. I'm going to go ahead and write the 360 at the bottom since that's my goal. And we're going to add 10, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, so the household envelope has been beefed up and the Sam's Club sinking fund has been added. Okay, so those 2 things are taken care of. Next up is car maintenance. Again, I'm going to skip this one. This one has plenty in it right now. And car insurance, I'm going to be adding the last $50. And that means that we have actually completed this tracker. Let's count it up and make sure I have the $500 that I think I have. 1, 2, 3, 400, and 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 500. Perfect. So I'm actually going to be putting this into my high yield savings account until the premium is due, which is in 2 months. So my high yield savings account recommendation is also in the pinned comment for you guys. Check that out if you don't have one yet. It is definitely a good place for your sinking funds to sit until you need them. So as you just saw, I used a magic eraser to wipe off the tracker, and I absolutely love doing this so much better than using the nail polish remover that I've been using. This is so much less of a mess, you guys. So if you have been using nail polish remover like me, give the magic eraser a try. I got that idea from my friend Cindy over at Cindy Cat Budgets. Thank you so much, Cindy, for the magic eraser idea. That is so much easier and so much less mess. So now my spending tracker is ready to go for the upcoming week as well. And everything that you see me use is available for you too. If you like the way I use it and you want to try it for yourself, make sure to check out the Etsy shop. It is Jennaby Saves, and the link will be in the description for you. I have this new binder. I've just added this summer fruit themed set. I have the budgeting essentials binder, all kinds of cool stuff to get you on the path to saving your money. I'm pretty sure that that savings challenge video that I just did, it will link here for you. If you see it, it worked. If not, it will be some other video. Either way, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today and making budgeting my money every week so much more fun. And I will see you next time.